Welcome, okay, today I'm reacting to Ref 62, of course. Pirate Software, what was it? Asmongold collab, Fuels channel campaign, targeting Pirate Software, and it goes way too far. And the thing is, Asmongold collabs Fuels campaign, I mean, from the situation what I seen, I just seen the video, I didn't see anything else, I just seen the video, what presumably happened here. And I was extremely surprised why the fuck this is actually a drama. But hey, let's just hear what Ref has to say about this.
Hey, what's up guys, Ref here. So today we're going to be covering some pretty crazy drama spanning across several communities involving some of the largest streamers in the world right now. And it all involves a dungeon poll gone awry in World of Warcraft. And the fallout from that has left Pirate Software facing a lot of things, including some valid criticism, also some unhinged threats, as well as people on social media trying to cancel him because of his association with creators like Asmongold, where they're now claiming that his community is no longer safe for women and minorities.
Damn, okay. And by the way, I'm gonna be honest, at the end of the day, that's why I don't play World of Warcraft anymore. Because people are just way too freaking in it. It's just, it's, I'm gonna be honest, it's almost sick. It's honestly sick, the drama you get about a freaking digital item. It's, no, thank you.
So you can see the headline here, I'm going to give you the context. So Pirate Software was kicked from the OnlyFans streamer guild by Sodapop and following the Hardcore WoW controversy. Now for context, the Hardcore WoW challenge, basically you can't die. Your character dies, you have to delete it. And the people in question here have made it to max level, and now they're starting to do some early endgame dungeons, and they're definitely very hard, especially when you're under geared. And you can see here, this is the relevant clip here involving Pirate Software down here. His group is in Dire Maul, and I'll explain what's going on here. So the first mistake by someone else is the tank doing the positioning here, right? They're positioned here, and you can see this little purple marker that is on a boss that is patrolling this corridor, and eventually it will social aggro onto this mob, overwhelming them.
Correctly. And by the way, as a experienced tank, you don't do this shit. You get those fuckers and pull them either behind you or on the side. If you're playing freaking hardcore, you're clearing this shit. You're just clearing it. Because of course the boss gonna aggro you if you do this. They have social aggro.
Boss is coming too, watch out.
Yeah, well, I got shield wall.
And there it pulls.
God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
So the boss pulls, and then you hear someone in the chat there say, run.
Correctly.
Now, if you played World of Warcraft or really any MMO, when someone's saying run in a dungeon, they don't mean smash down the W button and just beeline for the exit like every man for themselves kind of mentality. No, what you do is you start using your utility, use your abilities to keep things snared and slowed as your group slowly works its way out to the exit or the entrance of the dungeon. And that's unfortunately not really the plans for Pirate Software in this situation.
No, I disagree with this one. If somebody says run, you get the fuck out. Of course, if you have roots and snares, you do that. You still do the best possible thing you can to actually keep people alive, if at all possible. But if somebody says run, that means get the fuck out.
So he's already kind of moving out.
I can target him, yeah. Should I do it?
Just kill the massive.
He blinks ahead.
Kill the massives.
No.
Aussie, are you fine?
And then he makes a big mistake there. He has limited mana left, and he uses a full rank of Blizzard to do damage and to slow the mobs, but he only uses one tick of it, so he gets no value out of it, and it ooms him. So it was kind of a strange decision, because when you're trying to run out of a dungeon, you're not trying to do damage. So in this case, you wouldn't use a max rank Blizzard, you would use a rank 1 Blizzard that doesn't do really any damage, but it does apply the same slow effect, and it also costs virtually no mana because it's a rank 1 spell. So he made a mistake here using a full rank.
Any grenades, anything?
No, I think Ref is full of shit here. Not full of shit. He's wrong here. Because simply put, no, I would say he's partially correct. Because at the end, yes, a full ranked Blizzard or a high ranked Blizzard was a mistake. But even just to discredit his point, can you see this? This is still the low rank Blizzard thing. He still has enough mana to actually cast it. And the slow applies after half a second of a... Like, as soon as it damages them, the slow is applied. It's not a strong slow that holds forever. But, and I'm gonna be honest, he should have maybe casted it a little bit longer, but hey.
And that's when he says, I'm out.
You can just
Heal him,
kill
heal
them.
him, heal him, heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back.
So the healer right here, who is a Giga Chad, by the way, who literally died by going back and trying to help out the party members, they hear the call, they go back. Pirate Software, he's out of here, he's roaching.
Back a little bit.
Boss is on me, sitting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
I can help lot. Yep.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking?
This
Look at
is
my mana.
savageable.
So he's like a couple football fields away at this point, like he's out of there. And the party member asks, where are you going? And he says, I'm out of mana. Basically, I can't help you. Which is true, he is out of mana, but at the same rate, he has several items equipped and in his bags that would give him mana back. He has a stack of mana potions, which would give him a significant amount of mana back. He doesn't use it. He also has a mana gem, a special mage item that also gives back mana as well. That would also help. And he also has, you can't really see it because it's so small, but he's also equipping the Robe of the Archmage, which is a special chest piece that has a use effect. I think it's like on a 5-minute cooldown, and it gives you back about 500 mana. So he had so many resources available to him, but I guess he roached and then panicked and didn't want to use these spells, and he's caught in no man's land. And if he had actually used these items, he would have plenty of mana to go back and help his team, because mages are like a hero class, especially in a dungeon in Classic. They have infinite utility. They have frost. He could have gone back and done Frost Novas, Cone of Colds, rank 1 Blizzards, even rank 1 Frostbolts. He could have helped them get out. I think he genuinely could have prevented the deaths. And in the end, 2 people died. Their characters are now deleted.
No, he couldn't. As simple as it is, he couldn't. Because at the end of the day, he wouldn't have slowed the boss. The boss is immune. The boss would have effed over both of them. Or still would have killed people. It is what it is. At the end of the day, he would have just killed them regardless, the boss, specifically the boss. Yes, the hyenas that actually run behind them are still a significant threat, because they do damage. Just be honest, they do damage. And it's true that he would have enough mana, by the way. I agree with Ref here. He would have. With all of those things. If they just stayed calm, pulled the boss, tanked him, and played perfect, this would have been salvageable. This would have been the case of, yes, we can still win it. The problem wasn't that it wasn't salvageable. The problem was the call of run. If you say run, people are using their utilities, as he said, are slowing, are doing the stuff so the mobs don't catch them. At the end of the day, they just didn't. They said run. Or I think it was the Roach said run. And this was the biggest mistake. Because how they could have salvaged it, actually, if the tank just put everyone on one spot, tank the boss, and then they would have said, okay, Blizzard those fuckers, I'm gonna kite them. This is how you salvage this run. And this is how I personally also salvaged, it wasn't on hardcore by the way, it was on normal, how I salvaged a lot of fights. A lot of fights. Just by kiting the normal mobs that can get slowed. But in this specific case, it's just not... no. In this specific case, no.
The healer as well as the druid would die, and part of the fault is on the druid too. He accidentally face pulled another mob, but that is the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at what he did as an example of him.
Rev, don't con over the little. Oh yeah, he's partially wrong. If you pull an extra mob to a to a mob pool plus boss, that's a lot of shit that comes into you. And by the way, because it sounds like I'm defending Pirate Software, I am not a fan of his. I don't particularly like him, but at the end of the day, if the call wasn't made for running, this wouldn't have happened.
Coaching out because he had many opportunities. He's double taking, hesitating, and he ends up just running out. And a lot of people put the blame on him, and this was his attitude afterwards.
Let me say it again.
He already said his piece.
Pirates.
Go on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like I didn't say, we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what
Now,
makes us so mad.
yeah, now we
There's
get.
no zero accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better.
you-
But when you open up and you yell over another person
listen,
like you
can
were doing
I
earlier,
speak?
nah, I'm good.
You
See ya.
And then he hangs up on him. So they're trying to have a conversation about what went wrong, and he seemed like he didn't want to take any accountability, where he clearly made some pretty critical errors, and he didn't want to accept any sort of responsibility. And at this point, it's kind of like, all right, who's really at fault? Well, at this point, we see Soda Poppin,
Pompey's
the
right.
leader.
Like
He makes
those
it
two
clear.
people did not need to die. Pirate absolutely could have saved them if he played his class to a basic level, which he knew he claims to know how to do. I've seen clips and I've heard it. He claims he knows how to do. Clearly could not. In the panic, and then refused to accept any responsibility on that.
So yeah, he's the leader, the creator of OnlyFans, the streamer guild on that server, and obviously if he's saying that, that's not a very good look for Pirate Software. But at this point, right, you know, it's dungeon drama in World of Warcraft, okay? You can give some criticism about the gameplay and how he doesn't really want to take accountability for his mistakes. That's all fine, but things kind of take a turn when...
Now we get to the juicy stuff. Now we get to the stuff where Pirate Software fucked up. Now it's juicy.
People start getting a little too angry about this situation, right? And he says this part here. This is the interesting part on multiple levels. To pin that on a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death and cancellation over it, you're too invested in this content in a very unhealthy way. Absolutely true.
Yep.
So immediately as this happened, Pirate Software was getting death threats from many different people and people targeting his family and doing all this stuff. Obviously cringe, terrible behavior. The people who do that should face whatever consequences.
That's why I'm gonna.
Everyone understands that. But things kind of take a different level here when he says this. If you're a creator engaging this kind of behavior, then eventually your content wave will end, but the relationships you've sullied will be permanent. Hope it was worth it for you. Which takes on a bit of a different vibe here because I don't think he's referring to content creators saying, you know, calling for death or even cancellation. I think he's also including people who are criticizing him or even just being mean, which doesn't mean someone should face these serious consequences like these veiled threats about eventually your content wave will end, but the relationships you've sullied will be permanent. Whatever that means, I guess.
I can say what that means. That means he is a high tier Twitch streamer. He's very popular because let's be honest, he is popular. Even though I don't like him, I don't like to watch him, I don't care about him, but he's a high Twitch streamer. He knows his shit. And yes, if he spits at someone, they'll have consequences on their Twitch accounts. Because Twitch is just like that.
But people were still clowning on him, and unfortunately, right around this time, things would get worse because he did this video with Asmongold talking about Ashes of Creation and some misconceptions about the game. Seems like standard stuff, right? Two guys just talking about video games. What could possibly go wrong? Well, because people were already on Pirate Software's ass for the WoW controversy, people are now trying to cancel him for this collaboration with Asmongold. And when I say collaboration, I mean literally just like a conversation for a video. Just dispelling some misinformation about Ashes of Creation. Very strange stuff. People got so mad that Pirate Software would have to make a whole post explaining what's going on. I mean, basically, he's just saying, like, I have the right to talk to him and basically try to dispel some disparaging things about this game that are going around because he has experience playing this game. And yeah, it seems like a unnecessary thing. Like, again, you have like the valid criticism about some of the mistakes in the dungeon and not taking accountability. Then you have this stupid stuff, right? You have people sending death threats, and now you have people saying this, that he's basically this terrible person because he's having conversations with Asmongold. See, like, people go way too far. And you can see the quotes on this. They're absolutely insane. This person saying, you could have made the video on your own and mentioned Asmongold, actively defending Asmongold without acknowledging why people are upset by your choice to collab with him is extremely disappointing. This is what you're defending. And this is a tweet from 2016 made by Asmongold saying this. There are two genders, but infinitely more, many mental disorders. This ain't 2022, dude. Like, you're not going to cancel people over this stuff. I think the replies to this really show how a lot of people feel. A lot of people are just clowning on this post. Like, this is really what you're trying to cancel someone over by association. By the way, but still, you can see. This would get a lot of support. 22,000 likes on 1.2 million views. People genuinely believe this. And also, you have comments like this saying, women and minorities are no longer safe in your community, quoting Pirate Software.
Come on.
And you can see, again, like thousands of likes. And then you also go into the comments and people are saying, I mean, it's been obvious for a long time that trans people were never welcome in Pirate Software's community. And they're referring to this Hogwarts Legacy gameplay that he uploaded back, well, at this point, 2 years ago. Like, this is crazy. We're talking about Hogwarts Legacy. We're doing this same cancellation campaign in 2025. Are you serious? This is why nobody takes these call-out posts seriously, because they cite the most egregious things.
Why should you?
Here's one last quote we're going to look at. Says, in quotes, I platformed a miserable cave troll. Why are people justifiably upset? This person's saying that Pirate Software platformed Asmongold as if Asmongold was some extremist who's banned on every platform, and all of a sudden he got a spotlight because Pirate Software extended an opportunity to go onto his YouTube channel. That's not the case. Asmongold is platformed, and I'm pretty sure the majority of people in each community are aware of each other, right? Like, most Pirate Software fans are probably aware of Asmongold. Probably a lot of them are fine with him or just indifferent at the very least, and vice versa. But anyways, like, people on Twitter like this, they're freaking out over it. However, like I said, there's also some other turns where I think Pirate Software wasn't handling things the best. We can see this comment from Joker, to a popular WoW streamer, saying, just take the L, it's not that hard, referring to his post explaining the whole dungeon fallout.
And by the way, Joker is correct. You won't always win. It's fine to lose sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. In the pool itself, he didn't do any mistakes, in my opinion. He acted what he was told. That's fine. He could have done better, of course. But the way he acted afterwards, nah, nothing. Nah. That's just, oof, no. No. You just take it, accept it, and my tip would be, don't play fucking WoW hardcore. It's effing toxic as fuck.
And Pirate Software replies saying, hope this was worth it for you. A very cryptic and honestly kind of cringe thing to say. I've seen some of the comments from Joker. I don't think they were the best. He said something along the lines of that Pirate Software in his time at Blizzard was basically a joke where he was just like handing out coffees or something, which is clearly not true. But to respond with this, man, it's not looking too good. But on top of that, you can see this right here, this clip really sends me, where he's talking about primarily content creators who are saying things about him in this situation.
And for all the content creators that were out there trying to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a little while, that may work for now. But in the future, no one's going to want to do anything with you other than other people that also want to cannibalize you. You're going to surround yourself with assholes. That's going to be on you, bud. That's shitty for you, to be honest with you. And I feel bad for you. Straight up. So have your minute. Have fun.
Okay, so basically he's calling out any content creator who's cannibalizing the situation by talking about him. I'm pretty sure this is beyond like unhinged attacks. I'm pretty sure he's talking about people criticizing him. And this is where it starts getting too far. I have some sympathy for him. I understand the situation he's in. He's getting like insane levels of harassment and death threats that go way beyond any sort of fair criticism. So I understand maybe not in the best headspace. But then to turn around and low-key kind of threaten content creators that something bad's going to happen to their career as a result of talking about him, yeah, I don't think that's the best look. And on top of that, there's another clip here where, again, he's kind of reinforcing this whole idea and even saying that he's reported some streamers over this issue.
Against TOS, what is against TOS is organizing hate raids on the platform, which is what a number of these other content creators have done live on stream while admitting that they're doing it specifically for content, that they're doing it so that they want to cause beef with me as a streamer so that they can get it for content in OnlyFans, and how to position themselves to cause those types of arguments to happen. Since it was all done live on stream, we've reported that to Twitch. That's it, right? You're not supposed to do that. It's against TOS. Don't be a piece of shit. Basic stuff, dude. Basic shit.
Okay. So he's saying that he's reporting people who are doing hate raids on Twitch. Again, it's kind of unclear what he's referring to, because if he's referring to streamers who actually use the raid function on Twitch to send their viewers directly over to Pirate Software with the instruction of go over there and harass him, yes, that's very simple. They're breaking TOS very clearly. That person should receive some sort of a punishment or ban. Okay, that's obvious if that's what's happening. But it seems like from the context that maybe he's also including people who are just matriculating over into a stream. Like someone on their stream is talking about the WoW drama, someone in OnlyFans or something like that, and they're talking about the drama, and all of a sudden now some of their viewers are just going over to the Pirate Software stream as a result of him being talked about over there, and now they're in the chat saying something. That's not a hate raid, and that's unfortunately what I've seen with my own content. When I talk about someone, I'm accused of any person going over and talking about a tweet or a person who's, let's say, criticized me. All of a sudden now it's a hate raid. Like I'm actively sending people over. I've seen so many people use that phrase to describe people naturally going over to posts that are the subject of stream content or YouTube videos or anything like that. So I'm
correctly. And Ref is correct about this. There are just some people that are freaks in every community. And it is what it is. As long as you don't actively propose to them that they have to do this or should do it, it's fine. But I also want a second point that he actually mentioned. And I just wanted to hear, because maybe Ref would have done the same thing, but Pirate Software is actually threatening other creators with consequences because they are surrounding themselves with toxic people. Pirate, what the fuck did you do? Exactly. Yeah, explain to me, with who exactly did you surround yourself? Really, you think that a guild named OnlyFans that has one of the most toxic streamers in World of Warcraft in it, that those guys won't be extremely toxic themselves, and you're surrounding yourself with them? Now you're crying about it? Dude, F off, honestly. Acolytes, for fuck's sake. Wasn't this obvious?
a little skeptical with what he's saying here. But on top of that, this is, again, some of the stuff that goes way too far. So here he's saying that he's going to use his connections at Blizzard to report all these accounts threatening him. In-game.
How did you get this deep? Stop feeding into it. All of the accounts that are messaging me are getting reported. There's a funny fact about this. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. There's a whole lot of other people there that still know me. And all of these reports are going directly to them. They're well aware of the situation, and everybody who's messaging me, they're going to get read. It's kind of a dumbass thing to do, and I can't wait for all of them to get banned. Yep.
Yeah, like, I can agree on some levels. I understand also why some people would be rubbed the wrong way when he says he's going to use his connections at Blizzard to get, like, special treatment. A lot of people would think that's unfair, especially when they have their own reports going in, and now he's getting prioritization because of his connections.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If they threatened them, if they threatened him to kill him, yeah, sorry, they deserve to be freaking banned. For the rest that actually just clowned on him, those are okay in my opinion.
With Blizzard, a lot of people might be rubbed the wrong way by that, but overall, if you want to say these unhinged things in his chat, like, yeah, you deserve to get banned. Like, here's an example, like a couple of them. They're crazy, right? Like, this person whispers him saying, literally nothing you can do, bud. Don't leave your house because we're gonna have people waiting for you at the grocery store. You're gonna get stabbed. Like, dude, really? Like, you're spurging out over, at this point, really is what criticism involving a bad set of decisions involving a dungeon in World of Warcraft. And you're threatening him and his family and all these things. Like, they're very, very unhinged comments. And yeah, these people deserve to be banned. And if it's applicable, it also face legal consequences as well. This is so stupid. It's such a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
But anyways, we move on here, where eventually, shortly after that recent post where he's showing the threats, he would be kicked from the OnlyFans streamer guild. And this was a decision made because a lot of people in the guild apparently were just uncomfortable being surrounded by him and all the controversy, and they made a decision for basically everyone that we're going to get rid of this source of a problem here. Agree with it, don't agree with it, but that's just the way it is right now. And this is what he said. Cool way to handle it. Well done, OnlyFans, which really is only stoking more drama at this point. Yeah. But again, he also would try to make this post. This had to be the worst timing I've ever seen in my life. Where he says, announcing the next game we're publishing at Off-Brand Games now. And this was made yesterday during the midst of all this drama involving OnlyFans and also the screechers on Twitter
this timing.
About the Asmongold video. And now everyone's attacking this post and his projects. And that's just like the unfortunate result of the timing here. But overall, this whole thing is kind of nuts. And he made another statement just a few hours ago, going into some more detail, just kind of talking about the situation. There's really nothing crazy to add here. Really just summing up what we've been talking about. Again, you have a situation where I think there was clear mistakes made in-game. Okay, that happens, right? He was very stubborn about it, didn't really want to take accountability. Okay, does that make him the worst guy in the world? Absolutely not. But at the same rate, also, you see people taking it way too far, right? You can give fair criticism, and then you have people sending threats. You have people trying to do all sorts of crazy things, trying to cancel him over a video with Asmongold, having completely unhinged reactions to that.
No, you didn't even go to the roots, Rev. The root was because of the freaking fucking game dungeon. A dungeon in a game that's older than probably most of the viewers here. Well, okay, I'm overdoing it, but definitively older than Dreams viewers for Minecraft. So, and at this point, it's why are you taking this shit so serious? I know it's hardcore, but for fuck's sake.
That, and then you see Pirate Software not handling some of this stuff the best. Overall, it's just a complete mess. There's really no other way to say it. This has been a content farm for a lot of people. I know a lot of the WoW streamers, they've been eating good on this situation because there's so much to go over, and it just keeps going and keeps going. And where it ends, I'm not sure. Seems like with this post, he's trying to wrap things up. We'll see if it really wraps up, but yeah, definitely a stain on this whole OnlyFans guild here, at least for now. I mean, they still have, obviously, everyone else left in the guild, plenty of talent and popular streamers to keep going, but yeah, this was a big set of drama and caused a lot of issues, but I wanted to talk about it today because not only is it some interesting drama and, you know, typical cancel culture type stuff and also, you know, unhinged people on the internet, but also it's World of Warcraft and is my favorite game of my life. So obviously I like to at least have a little input here and for once have a good reason to talk about World of Warcraft on the main channel. So I'm happy for that. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Good. And by the way, I'm gonna be honest. It's funny to me that a drama about a video game went so fucking good, like out. It's just, it's just incredible in my opinion. But at the end of the day, if you think that he did something wrong or not in the game, like in Dire Maul, it is what it is. He could definitely have done some things better. But his behavior afterwards was bad. It was extremely effed up and bad. But as it is, acolytes, good night.